Well, CNN just hates it when you call them fake news. The governor's brother gets all upset, but occasionally it fits. They promote it. Here's one case. A guy called Klaus Relodius was an investigative journalist for Der Spiegel. That's the biggest paper in Germany. A couple of years ago, CNN honored him as Journalist of the Year. Now he's been canned. He was caught inventing many of his stories, and it's probably not that surprising. They were absurd stories. One example is his profile of a Minnesota town called Fergus Falls. It had a lot of Trump supporters, so he went and stayed for a number of weeks to mock them. The article he wrote was full of absurd claims intended to make the residents sound ridiculous. At one point, he said the movie American Sniper was still playing to sold-out crowds 2 years after its release. That's how dumb they were in the Trump town. Well, it took years for him to be caught, and one of the main reasons is that he wrote exactly what his audience wanted to hear. And, of course, CNN never noticed. They wanted to hear it, too. Author and columnist Mark Steyn joins us tonight, a longtime fan of Der Spiegel. This guy was kind of hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, this is a very traditional kind of story that Europeans and people of what one might call a Eurocentric bent, such as CNN, enjoy. They like to send their reporters out into the great wastelands of the American interior and report back that all the people there are inbred, stump-toothed, snake-handling crazies who like nothing better than a jigger of moonshine and a bunk up with their sister before they go down to have their church renamed after Trump and do a couple of scripture readings from the Art of the Deal. So basically, this guy, no, you laugh, Tucker, but that is actually what these newspapers and magazines want. And they're prepared to give you awards for it. Like this guy got Journalist of the Year. A guy called Matthew Engel at The Guardian, his editors told him to go out to the most backward parts of America and find the most inbred crazies to write about. And his heart wasn't really in it, so he went to a suburban Olive Garden restaurant and wrote it up as if he was Stanley in Africa, discovering Livingston. That's how they think of the interior of America. This guy was completely ridiculous. He says the town manager was a virgin who had never been to the ocean, and these guys in Fergus Falls post a photograph of the town manager standing on the ocean shore with the woman he lives with. I mean, this guy got there, discovered the story wasn't there, but decided to write it for his readers anyway.
Can
and
I just
is a lot of what news is
super
about.
quick? Well, I first met you when you were writing for about 5 different English newspapers. You've been a newspaper man, a journalist for many years. Right. So you know the answer. Do you think journalists are getting dumber, or is it just my imagination?
Oh, no, I think I think the herd mentality of all like sitting around in the Washington Bureau or whatever, and the idea of actually all agreeing on I think the groupthink, the herd mentality is far worse than it was 20 or 40 years ago.
Good. Thank you. I need a reality check. The great Mark Steyn. Thanks a lot. It's fantastic.
Thanks, Tucker. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas. Well, the current battle over border wall funding says everything about the state of modern American leadership. Washington easily agrees on funding an endless war in Afghanistan, giving aid to foreign countries, handing tax breaks to powerful tech monopolies. But protect America's sovereignty, help actual Americans secure the border? Whoa! Agreement is completely impossible. How'd that happen? Well, for a blueprint, there's a new book called Ship of Fools, How a Selfish Ruling Class is Bringing America to the Brink of the Revolution. The title was formulated about a year ago. It seems more accurate than ever, sadly. Anyway, pretty good Christmas present if you got someone who wants to be informed but depressed.